Just a reminder to everyone that we have some extra activities going on tonight for Dairy Shrine. Just a reminder that there are some items out in the reception area. Some of you probably already put a bid on some artifacts or some other interesting articles out there to help support Dairy Shrine. We appreciate that. Make sure you bid early and often so we can drive the youth initiatives for Dairy Shrine tonight. We're also going to have one special item at the end, courtesy of connections with some of the board members. So with that said, we're going to get started. Welcome to our annual National Dairy Shrine Banquet. Believe it or not, National Dairy Shrine has been in existence 74 years this year. So next year, that means we will be celebrating our diamond anniversary. It'll be 75 years since the National Dairy Shrine was first organized. I'm Janet Keller, your outgoing National Dairy Shrine President. It's been a pleasure to serve this organization, one of the premier organizations in my mind that covers all aspects of the dairy industry. How interesting that we have dairy producers, we have industry people, we have academia in our midst. And what a pleasure it is to have been serving on this board for the last 6 years. I cannot say enough nice things about the board, and we'll introduce a few of them in a minute. But in the meantime, I also have some special guests this evening that are with us for the banquet that I'd like to recognize. So when I call your name, if you'd please stand up and be recognized, we'd appreciate it. If you'd hold the applause until we're done with each group, that would be great. So I'd like to welcome, first of all, Laura Hirschleb, the Executive Director of World Dairy Expo. Laura? Also, the World Dairy Expo Board of Directors is represented tonight with the board chair, Mr. Bill Hageman. Bill? Additionally, on the executive group, we have Brian Vagley from the Board of Directors. Brian? And Bob Hagenow from the executive group. Bob? I'd like to also welcome Jeanette Sheehan from the Board of Directors on behalf of World Dairy Expo, and we certainly appreciate you folks coming and supporting our event. I'd like to also recognize anyone in the room that has been a past board member for National Dairy Shrine. If you'd stand up and be recognized. Don't be shy. I know there's a lot of you out there. And I'd like to encourage you tonight during the festivities and afterwards to make sure you touch bases with those people that are at your table. And it's a great way to create new friendships and a great way to renew old friendships that we only get to see every once a year at World Dairy Expo. What a wonderful venue to have this at. We appreciate the cooperation with everyone. We appreciate the support of the Board of Directors from World Dairy Expo and their staff, and we also appreciate all of the great facility people that help make this a reality for National Dairy Shrine. We call it National Dairy Shrine Day on Monday anymore because we started the day with an 8 o'clock board meeting, and then we rolled into our student luncheon, our student and young professional luncheon at noon. Had a great turnout today. We had about 55 young people join us for that. And then we rolled into our annual meeting at 4, and now we get to celebrate and honor all of our dairy leaders and recognize and give some support to the future of the dairy industry, the youth. You know, the pillars of National Dairy Shrine are like a milk stool. I'm an old-fashioned thinker because I'm an old-fashioned farm girl. We've got the 3 legs of our mission. One is to honor our dairy leaders, and we're doing that tonight. Another one is for us to preserve the history, and you see some of the history in our silent auction, but certainly I'd invite any of you that haven't been to the museum lately to make a trip to Fort Atkinson to see the National Dairy Shrine Museum. And there are a lot of improvements going on in that museum. We're starting to change a lot of the exhibits. We're starting to create some venues for people to be recognized both on the farm level as well as from a company partner perspective. And the third thing is our most important mission that we've been working really hard on the last 3 years, and that's to make sure that we're inspiring the next generation. And so that's so exciting for us to be able to not only provide the numerous scholarships that will be given tonight, but also to recognize the leaders that are coming up through the ranks that will be dairy herd owners. There'll be people that will be vendors and our partners in the business. There'll be people that are supporters. There will be people that will be educators. So let's enjoy the evening. Let's celebrate together. and we are going to get on with the presentations. I'm not going to talk a lot tonight. That was my spiel for the Dairy Shrine cheerleading tonight. So with that, I'd like to welcome Corey Geiger to the stage, and Corey will be presenting the Klussendorf and Mckown scholarships. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, President Keller. And I'm going to ask that if you're a Mckown or a Klussendorf scholarship to come up to my left here and be ready. So make your way up. You're all, I think we have perfect attendance tonight. And if I can ask President Keller to present the awards. Once I announce your name, okay. We're setting the theme for tonight. If you've won a Klussendorf or Mckown scholarship, this is your cue to come up here. There's 7 of you. Thank you. And while they're coming up here, National Dairy Shrine is a wonderful organization, and World Dairy Expo has a bunch of leaders here. I just want to add one more executive committee member that's in the audience, and he's shaking his head at me, but Kevin Jorgensen, if you would please stand. Thank you for being here.
I think it's his birthday today. So you can embarrass him.
I'm not going to go there. You've got the microphone next, so we'll go with that. The Klussendorf Scholarship was made possible by a late gift from Chris Camp, along with many members of the Klussendorf Association. This award is representative of the late legendary showman and dairy cattle fitter Arthur Klussendorf. The Klussendorf Association formally began in 1937, and on Thursday we'll induct the 81st Klussendorf member, and I believe the 31st Duncan McKenzie winner. So if you're near the show ring on Thursday, you'll see a lot of them. Be by and introduce yourselves. I'm honored to serve as Secretary-Treasurer for the Klussendorf Association, and now I've been doing so for 21 years. As I announce your name, I'd ask that you join me on the stage, and the first one announced can come closest to Janet, and we'll get everybody on the stage, and then we'll be taking a picture after, I'm sure. So, without further ado, Haley Delbert of Dayton, Virginia, plans to study dairy manufacturing with a minor in health science at South Dakota State University. Growing up in the dairy industry, Delbert was heavily involved in 4-H and the Holstein Association. In addition to her studies, she will work with the South Dakota State University dairy plant with ambitions to start her own farmstead cheese business. Delbert also intends to work as an emergency medical technician with a unique perspective to serve rural populations. Congratulations, Haley. We've already met our next winner is Reagan Jackson of Boyce, Virginia, makes her way to the stage. She attends Louisiana State University, majoring in food science and nutrition. She is also pursuing certifications in CPR. I think we see some unique things happening here. There's a lot of things going on in rural communities, and we need first responders. We need medical professionals as well. So thank you for doing that. Certified Nursing Assistant and Lactation Consultant certification. Jackson is an accomplished dairy cattle judge, has been active in 4-H and FFA for many years. Her goal is to be an advocate of dairy health benefits for children and a leading voice for safety in production agriculture. Reagan was also selected this year as the second student representative to the National Dairy Shrine Board of Directors. Congratulations, Reagan. It's not too often you get 2 Reagans in a row, but now we go to Reagan Kramer, if she can make her way up, of Wazaki, Wisconsin, and she's majoring in agricultural studies and international agriculture at Iowa State University. In 4-H and FFA, she participated in state dairy cattle judging teams and Dairy Quiz Bowl and did very well. She maintains an active leadership role at Iowa State University Dairy Science Club. Kramer says the dairy industry has been an integral part of her life as long as she can remember and cannot imagine pursuing a career in any other field. Congratulations, Reagan. We had 71 applicants for these scholarships this year. It was a remarkable number. And so now we will move on to the Mckown Scholarship. Friends and family of the late Robert Whitey Mckown, who was a past National Dairy Shrine President, I may add, and 1992 honorary Klussendorf recipient and longtime editor of Holstein World. His family and friends got together to fund this scholarship, and his son, Chris, continues to call me and say, do we need more money in the fund? The family is very committed to these scholarships. So one of the recipients is Emery Bewley from Pennsylvania. She was raised on her grandparents' farm, milking 50 registered Holsteins and Jerseys, and also raising 50 heifers. Leadership experience include the Penn State Dairy Science Club, the Pennsylvania Holstein Association, Alpha Zeta Fraternity, and 4-H. Bewley is currently studying at the Pennsylvania State University, completing internships involving showing cattle, dairy nutrition, dairy product marketing. Congratulations, Emery. Another winner is Delana Erpson of Lanark, Illinois. With a long list of accomplishments in 4-H, FFA, and breed cattle associations, Erpson says she's been blessed to have been born into the industry she feels very passionate about, where her future includes making a positive impact and seeing that agriculture remains successful and prosperous. She currently attends Iowa State University, where she studies dairy genetics. Congratulations. Garrett Hastings of Chardon, Ohio will also receive a Mckown Scholarship. Garrett developed a passion for working through cows on his family's dairy farm. With extensive experience in large animal health, he plans to pursue veterinary medicine after completing his bachelor's degree in animal sciences at The Ohio State University. His plans also include opening his own veterinary practice while continuing to develop genetics at the family's dairy farm. Congratulations, Garrett. And our final recipient is from my home county, Clarissa Ulness of Valders, Wisconsin. She grew up on her family's dairy farm and is actively involved in 4-H, FFA, county, state, and national junior Holstein associations. And I believe her team a few years ago won the 4-H contest here at World Dairy Expo. Ulness aspires to be an industry professional, coach, leader, and mentor. Clarissa attends the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where she studies agricultural marketing. Congratulations, Clarissa. And we will leave the stage left and take a picture. Thank you, President Keller.
Thank you, Corey. We appreciate your attending and presenting.